This podcast contains themes that are unsuitable for younger listeners and parental guidance is advised.
We've got to keep moving on there, get us! These weapons are shit! Now we've got to rescue John. Come you took my child. It's now 30 years.
It's been about 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, since myself and the man in black got rescued by Anna and Chichi, and we jumped aboard their little spaceship. And it's a tight, cramped spaceship, but there's enough space for the four of us. There's only like 2 cabins, so we just have to hotbed between me and the man in black in one room, and the 2 girls who, well, I suppose would share the same bed. But that's about it really. You know, all I can say is we have to take it in turns to have a snooze, but there's no point in me actually having a turn in the cockpit because I can't do anything. I don't have the Anunnaki genetic marker to let me have any control on anything, and it gets really goddamn frustrating because I could go for a shower. I need someone in the bathroom with me so the shower stays on, because as soon as they leave the room, the shower cuts out. Same with flushing the toilet. As soon as I've been to the toilet, I need someone to come along and flush it for me. How goddamn pointless of an existence this is. I had a habit of putting my feet up on the computer console because no matter what button my feet would press, it would do absolutely nothing, so I could get away with doing it to Chi-Chi's annoyance. She really did not like me doing this, acting all casual, because it was her spaceship and I was abusing her spaceship. She did take pride in it. Well, to be fair, it was her spaceship. I suppose I'd be the same thing if someone was doing that to me, but it was just my frustration coming out. The main problem is, for me, the lack of weapons. That I have no weapon I could use, absolutely no weapons. So everyone else has got access to Anunnaki shield technology, which they're protected, and they can all use all the Anunnaki lasers and any other piece of Anunnaki technology that could be used offensively or defensively. And there's me with my dick in my hand doing nothing, absolutely nothing. And I got frustrated, got really frustrated. So I went into the rec room, which is just behind the cockpit, and I kicked over the table and kicked the wooden leg off of it. Big chunky table leg. And I thought, you know what, fuck it, this is now my weapon. I went through all the spare bits and bobs and see what I could do, and I found some tools to craft the wood into more of a mace shape, a good old medieval style mace. I found some iron rods and a hammer and started hammering these iron rods through. I got a file and managed to file the points onto these iron rods, making my mace look incredibly medieval and brutal. Chichi came in and had a look at this whilst I was making it. What the hell are you doing to my table? I loved that table. I spent a lot of time trying to find that table. What? I said. Well, I'm making a weapon. Yeah, but you can't make a weapon out of my table. Well, it's a bit late now, I said. Anyways, it's just a bloody table. I'll get you a new one when we get back to Earth or wherever. Yeah, but I don't want any other table. I wanted that table, said Chi-Chi. Well, I'm sorry. How about I buy a new one? She looked at me. Yeah, with what? You don't have any money. Even if you had any Earth money, it's pointless out here. It don't work. People don't have that. People don't spend that money. They spend Anunnaki credits. Yeah. Well, how about you just put it on my account, I said. But other than that, what do you think to my weapon? It looks pretty crude, she said. Pretty crude indeed. Yeah. But it's going to make some serious damage. I don't doubt that, said Chi-Chi, but you'll probably get shot before you get to swing it at someone. Unless you're going to swing it at a sleeping baby. I looked at her and she looked back at me. Oh, charming. Oh, charming. Well, you know what? It's a bit frustrated being treated like a baby. You know, 2 weeks. 2 weeks we've been on the run. And in this 2 weeks, I have no weapon to defend myself with if we go off the ship. You guys all got weapons. I have nothing, yeah? So now I'm going to carry this bloody mace around with me. Secondly, how do you like not being able to flush a toilet on your own, let alone take a shower and having the man in black just standing in the room looking at a bloody bulkhead? You know, he respects my privacy and all, but just so I can get a shower, just so I could get clean, someone has to be in there with me. And Chichi just smiled and said, well, I can be in there with you. Really? You want to watch me get my fat ass out and get it all soapy and wet? She looked at me and I kind of blushed slightly. I could feel the heat. Go through my cheeks. Anyways, moving on, I said, what's our status? What are we doing? Because no one seems to tell me anything at the moment. Yeah, I'm just sat there, just looking at stars, just going through hyperspace. And Chichi interrupted me. We're not going through hyperspace, that's the problem. What do you mean? Well, on our escape, we damaged the hyperdrive. We are going below light speed, so that's why it's taking ages to get where we need to go. We're going fast, but we're not going anywhere near light speed. Oh, so how long till we get to our next stop? Because I need to get some fresh air and stretch my legs. Don't we all? She said. Don't we all? Now we got something plotted into the computer, and we're only going there so we can stop off and try and fix the hyperdrive. Okay, but there's not much else we can do. You just got to be patient. I slammed the mace onto the rest of the table, knocking off another table leg. I'm getting beyond impatient. We need to rescue Henry. We've got to get him out. I understand that. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, but he doesn't have that much time though, really. You know, have we caught any transmissions about his execution? His public execution? No, said Chichi. But don't worry, he hasn't been executed. That I know, because they would have made a big old thing about it. One thing that the Anunnaki loved from your world is the entertainment aspect, and they exported it across the entirety of their empire. They love entertainment, and especially something like an execution, especially if they're a proper enemy of the state. They will make a meal out of it, and they will showboat the trial, and they will showboat the execution. Okay, now all they've done is a preliminary hearing where they've laid down the accusations, and that's it. Henry's only said his name, his home world, and his plea, and he pleaded not guilty. Now they're going to be building this up. They're going to make the biggest show trial ever, because the Emperor, he loves chairing this. He loves being the judge on stuff like this. He loves the attention that it brings him, especially when he knows that it's going to add on a massive load of extra control over the people, lots of fear and everything. Okay, so Henry's got time, but we don't. We need to get you those weapons so you can fight, so you can join the fight, or you're dead. There's no point in you being here, and we need you. The old man needs you, and I need you. You need me, I said. Chichi did a kind of blush. I would assume it's a blush. Her green skin just went a little bit paler in the cheeks, and then the colour returned back. That's not what I meant, and you know it, said Chichi. Okay, right. Okay, no worries. Right, so what do we do? So what's the plan? Well, we're looking for these grey aliens. We need to find the grey aliens. We've been sending out message after message and rendezvous points, and we haven't heard anything back yet. But with a bit of luck, we can stay on the run, stay ahead of the Anunnaki, and still find these grey aliens. They're just really hard to find. They don't like to be found, okay? But I'm sure that they'd at least dignify us with a response, because they hate the Anunnaki more than what we do. How is that possible? I said. How is it possible that these grey aliens hate the Anunnaki more? Well, they rival them. What? The grey aliens have a massive presence in this whole galaxy, and the Anunnaki Empire rivals the Greys, and that's it. That's the reason why they hate each other, because they're both major powers and they can both cause each other serious amounts of damage. Now, if the Greys want to damage the Anunnaki Empire, they're going to damage the Empire through us. Now that's what we're banking on, and we're banking on them at least giving us a hint towards how to fight them on your behalf, because you're the only one who doesn't have any weapons other than that stupid mace. This stupid mace, I said, this stupid mace is going to be the bringer of death for many people. And when I do get my super weapons, when I get my alien Anunnaki super weapons, I'm still going to be macing the fuck out of these wankers. I want to bring fear to the Anunnaki. I want to make them scared of me so goddamn much that when they see someone carrying a goddamn mace, they know it's my mace. I want the word to get out that this mace will take their life away. Chichi looked at me and smiled. Really? Really? Do you think the Anunnaki are going to announce that they're scared of you, even if they are? Well, no, I said. It's wishful thinking, but I just want them to think of it. You know, just have it at the back of their heads. Every time they encounter a human, is this going to be the guy that's going to club me to death with a mace? Even if they won't say it out loud, at least then they will still have that little bit of fear just echoing in the back of their mind. Chichi looked at me one more time. Really? Well, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's go and do a course correction, and hopefully, we won't be too much longer getting to this asteroid. The place that we're going to settle down and repair the hyperdrive. It shouldn't be too much longer now, maybe a couple more days. Okay. And by the way, take your feet off my goddamn console, she said. Fine, I'll take my feet off your console. Thank you for listening. Please come back next week for the next episode. If you've enjoyed this podcast, why not check out our other podcast, A Tribute to Men That Hate Their Jobs, which is a brutal but witty portrayal of working a job you hate. In this podcast, there are themes explored in which happy workers simply wouldn't understand, unless they listen to these cautionary tales from a man that lost his ideal job because of the global pandemic. Be warned that this podcast contains strong and offensive language that some listeners may not want to hear. In addition, this podcast is not recommended for younger audiences. All our podcasts are available on YouTube. Just search for the musterxmedia podcast channel. In addition, you can also find our podcasts on Amazon Music, Red Circle Podcasts, Stitcher and Spotify. We also have another YouTube channel called The X Review. This is a review and reaction channel. Not only is it on YouTube, but it is also on Brand YouTube, BitChute and Rumble. You can also find us on Facebook, Gab, Twitter and Parler. All the links are in the description below.